Yeah, I'm busy. I'm busy, Scott. Remember? Yes. I'm busy. Why do you have to make so much noise? I know, I heard you. You make a noise. This game kind of sucks. It's not very fun. I was hoping it was better, but it's not. I regret buying that game. It's very unfun. It's just slow and plotting, and the upgrades aren't interesting. Feels like the melee characters aren't very good. I want you to stand back and shoot, I guess. It's just not fun. Game hasn't really gotten any better since it came out. Maybe if you get the runes, it's like more fun, but I just find it boring. It's too slow. It's probably only fun when you do a bunch of grinding for gear. This game's got much better progression, that kind. It's just this doesn't update. They haven't updated in forever. I need to update already, or at least keep people posted. It's been 2 months. 2 months, no update. If you guys saw the pin, I'll have Origins tomorrow, so I don't know the extent of the embargo, so I can't make any promises, but if you want, you can hop in my Discord, and I can probably answer gameplay stuff. That's all I really care about. But yeah, that's happening tomorrow, so streams might be a bit sporadic for the next few days. Might be no streams, there might be streams like this mostly. I don't know if I'm gonna care to put up all the cutscenes. That's gonna take 3 playthroughs. I don't think I'm gonna do that this time. I think I'm just gonna go approach it with a gameplay focus. talk about builds, show builds, get some gameplay of the weapons. Yeah, I don't really like Shadow of the Death. I keep trying to play that game, and I just don't like it. It's probably, if you just play it for a couple hours and get good builds, it's probably really fun, but the moment-to-moment gameplay isn't very interesting. That's kind of the problem I have with it. I'll have to see if there's any content creators for that game. I kind of doubt it. Maybe I can get guidance from somebody else, but yeah, I just don't like that game. That's why it was not featured in my Game Awards video. I played it for like 15 hours, just didn't like it. I don't know, maybe when they finish it or something. A little bit like this game where they've barely added anything to it in months. I'm hearing Origins has no endgame mode. So it's vanilla Orochi 4 all over again. 3 and 4, I believe. Both like that. I'm hoping that the builds will be interesting enough that it'll keep it fresh, but hard to tell. I'm only going off what I've heard people say about it. The guy that got like mega early access. That's all I've really got to go off of, but it seems like it's a lot more story-oriented, which isn't a bad thing. They're actually doing a different story this time, so I think that's something they needed to do. Definitely disappointing that there's no endgame mode at launch. We gotta wait for DLC or an update. Hopefully I can finish at least like 1 or 2 story modes by launch. I gotta put up benchmarks too. Did you guys see the Nvidia thing yesterday? The DLSS 4 got announced. Fucking Dynasty Warriors is one of the games that was mentioned. Which is like really random. I really think that's the kind of game that people, you know, into that kind of thing would care about. But hey, that's pretty cool. I'll test it out. That was like the most interesting thing that got announced yesterday because everybody's pissed off about the graphics cards and the marketing ploy. Say the 5070 has the performance of the 4090, but it has like a third of the RAM. So, I don't know how that's supposed to be worth $600. I mean, for the kind of games I play, if I wasn't already paying off a 4070 Ti Super, I would probably get use out of that, but having only 12 gigs of VRAM is bullshit. That's nowhere near enough. The kind of people that are going to be buying those is people who mainly just play AAA games and nothing else. How's it going? I've been very anxious today. Streaming tends to help, so figured I'd do my usual kitty-sitting stream. How are you guys doing today? Especially because I'll be disappearing for a while, or at least partially. Be partially MIA for a while. Because I gotta do the videos for Origins. I don't really want to speed through it though. I want to like actually enjoy it. And somebody else will probably put up all the cutscenes anyway. There's like 3 story modes, so I don't know how feasible it'll be to do that this time around. I'll probably record like the final battles, some gameplay with the weapons, maybe show off some builds. That's pretty much what I've got planned currently. You know, I haven't played the game yet, so I don't know how much of an investment it's going to be. I'm very excited. Especially because it comes out the same day as Grace's, so now I'll have a whole 9 days to get all the shit out for Origins and then play Grace's. So I'm definitely not doing any content for Grace's, nothing interesting anyway. Benchmark, Steam Deck benchmark, and then mods when they release. That's all I'm doing for that game. What's up, Dan? Dan, I gave you a shout out a couple days ago because I put this game in my Game Awards for last year, and I mentioned that you had some good videos for it. You're like the only other person uploading videos for this. How you doing, man? You got a cold? Yeah, it is cold season. Why would you want that? That game is terrible, man. Awful. Why would you want that game? I would not take that game for free. Especially if they don't pay. But I even don't take... I don't take keys for shitty games, even if they try to pay me for it. I don't want people piggybacking off my brand that I've worked so hard on. Shill random stuff I would never play. I don't want people doing that with my channel. Yeah, that game is terrible. It's worse than the original in every way. It looks worse, it plays worse. They get people that don't know what makes beat-em-ups good to make these games now for some reason, instead of getting people who've actually played one before. Why I don't take sponsorships. I took the Helvetii sponsorship because I was going to play that game anyway. And I took the Peak of Combat one because they contacted me. And I put up viral videos for 1.4. But full disclosure, they only paid me $100. It's barely anything. They paid for a couple things off Amazon, and that's it. It's like barely a sponsorship. But yeah, I don't let people piggyback off my channel. I've worked too hard on this for too long to show random crap. It has to be something I'm at least interested in playing. You know, if it turns out I don't like it, I'll give an honest opinion, but I'm not gonna shill random crap on here. You guys deserve better than that. So that's mostly what sponsorships are. unfortunately, is shilling random garbage you never be caught dead playing. Because the only people that pay a actual fair wage for shilling their stuff is games that suck for the most part. Raid Shadow Legends, that Star Trek game. Good examples. I'm not playing that shit, man. Fuck that. Raid Shadow Legends doesn't even fucking pay. They pay dirt. It's not worth losing your dignity over getting sponsored by them. They don't pay a flat rate. They have to beg people to play the game to like level 20 or whatever. It's a garbage game. Like, look, if I have to be upfront about needing donations, I would rather do that than shill some shitty game. Personally, I know some people disagree with me, but that's my stance. I have 10k subscribers, and I only get shady sponsorships. And I've blocked most of the really bad ones, like Raid Shadow Legends. I blocked them from sending me emails because I know it's a scam. I'm not playing that garbage for 2 hours for them to give me like 30 bucks. I make more money than that working over here, and I actually enjoy being over here. You know, I actually like cats. I don't like Raid Shadow Legends. That's the difference. Yeah, I don't take review keys for, like, games that look bad either. Especially because they don't pay, but even if they did pay, I wouldn't do it. It has to be something I'm interested in using if I bought it myself. Like, Helvetti got me the Steam Deck. But, you know, I was already going to buy that game, right? They paid me $500. Like, I was more than fine with that when I was offered. The game is really good and underrated. I'm glad I could bring some attention to it. So that's the market for those games, is people who say they hate video games, but they play stuff like that because it takes no skill. It's just how much money you spend. There's no gameplay. The game has no gameplay. It's non-existent gameplay. It really is just how much money you spend. Yeah, that's why I won't shill that stuff. Fuck that, man. They don't even pay enough to make it worth it. I've built this brand off passion and integrity, and I'm not ruining that for a quick buck. Unless it's something I was actually going to use. Yeah, I was contacted for Peak of Combat because I'm like one of the main search results you see for that game, because my videos are from the better version of the game that we didn't get over here. They're the ones that contacted me, and I was kind of on the fence because I don't like 2.0 that much. But, you know, it was something I was playing, so I was cool with it. I made an exception there. But they paid dirt anyway. They only paid $100, and it took like 2 months to get it. That was not worth it, but, you know, it aligned with stuff that I normally play, so I was cool with it. I played 1.0 on stream for many, many months, over a year. Well, if you take a sponsorship, make sure you look if it's a flat rate. Because ones like Raid Shadow Legends, that's their whole... That's how they scam content creators. That's how they scam content creators. If they say, like, up to $500. But it's not a flat rate. It's dependent on how many people download and play the game. And like I said, at that point, personally... If you need help affording something, just ask your viewers for help. Because most people would rather send you like $5 or something than play that game. And I know this for a fact because I watch people that have taken that sponsorship, and like what ends up happening is they only get the flat rate. They don't get the actual fee that they advertise, the salary that they advertise. Basically never gets met because nobody wants to play that game. Nobody that watches real games wants to install Raid Shadow Legends. It's like, look, just say I need to afford this game, or I'm late on a car payment or something, and people will help you more than they will download this shitty mobile game so I have a chance to get what they're promising. Which is pretty much what it is. It's an empty promise. The Night Slashers remake is horrible. That and G.I. Joe were like the worst beat-em-ups last year. I heard Power Rangers is not much better. Power Rangers at least has a nice presentation, but the gameplay leaves a lot to be desired. But I definitely would say it's probably better than Night Slashers and G.I. Joe, which are like the worst ones that came out last year. There were a lot of really shitty beat-em-ups last year. Best beat-em-up last year was Fight Forever, which is a fan game. That was the best beat-em-up. Hopefully we get some good beat-em-ups this year, because last year was dire. There's so many horrible beat-em-ups. Night Slashers, Power Rangers, G.I. Joe. We need an actual good one to come out. It's been a while. really wanted Power Rangers to be good, because obviously I'm a huge Toku fan, but I saw people playing that game and it looked really bad. They did do one patch. They fixed some things, but main problem with that game is all the characters play the same. They all have clone movesets. Like, am I playing a Muso game or what? That's a Muso community problem. It's having everybody just play the same, but for some reason they didn't want to make more than one moveset, and the moveset feels like really limited. Plus it's $35 as well. I don't know how $35 is worth it for 6 identical characters, and you can get like Shredder's Revenge or Streets 4 for way less money. Are there really 1,100 episodes? That's nuts. That's like 10 seasons of Kamen Rider or Super Sentai. That's nuts. Super Sentai's been on since 1975. That's like the only thing that has more episodes than One Piece. That's way too much. That's why I will never watch that show. Just don't like the character designs either. They look like creepy clowns. I don't vibe with it. The games are cool though. You could watch watch One Piece. You could watch the entire Heisei run of Kamen Rider, and it would still be less episodes. That's nuts. Kamen Rider's like 48 to 50 episodes a season. That's way too many. That needs to like end already. It's been going on way too long. And all the voice actors like in their 70s now. I know the Frankie voice actor retired because he's like 70. That's when he knows something's been on too long. The voice actors have to step down because they're like retirement age. Oh well, I guess it prints money. Classic shonen anime problem. It prints money so it never ends. Or when it does end, they bring it back and they make it worse, like Dragon Ball. Now Dragon Ball's back to not ending again. Everybody wanted more Dragon Ball, but then when they got it, they're like, yeah, this is kind of dumb, isn't it? Unfortunately, the fantasies we had about wanting more Dragon Ball as kids and teens was the monkey's paw wish. Dragon Ball just got really stupid when they started introducing, like, gods of the universe and shit. It got really dumb at that point. It's going to get a reboot? Why are they rebooting it? It's not even finished yet. Probably got another 800 episodes to go. Why are they rebooting it? Let's end it already. It's been going on forever. I feel like that series needs to end, like, really well, or people are gonna be, like, scarred for life. I have the same feelings about the FF7 remake as somebody who doesn't particularly like Final Fantasy VII. The fact that they're adding all that multiverse stuff, and they're, like, not just doing a straight remake of it, I think is really dangerous. They really have to stick the landing with that game, or people are going to be furious. It's going to be the exact problem with One Piece. One Piece has to have, like, a perfect ending. People have been reading that for, like, 25 years. It has to be good at that point. It's just, how do you end something like that and not piss people off? I can't even imagine. I imagine they're probably going to botch the ending for FF7 Remake. I think there's a statistically high chance. It would have been better if they didn't have the multiverse stuff. But I guess that's what was popular when they started. Marvel movies and stuff. I think most would agree it would be better if it just didn't have that. I heard the reboot is supposed to have, like, all the filler cut out, like Dragon Ball Kai. The difference is that One Piece is, like, 4 times the length of Dragon Ball Z, which was, like, what, like 290 episodes? How do you cut that down that much? That seems almost impossible. Like, that's way more than Dragon Ball they have to cut out. What's up, Claymore? Hello. You been on Wuthering Waves? Yeah, I've been playing it, but man, that gacha system is ass. I hate the 50-50 and The characters that you lose the 50-50 to suck. You know, Aethergazer, the gacha game I'm partnered with, characters that you lose the 50-50 to are like actually good. It is a good game though. I'm not sure how I feel about the whole Pokemon system either. Doesn't really feel fun to get the echoes. It's kind of just something you have to do. It's definitely better than it was at launch. Yeah, that's the worst thing about Wuthering Waves. It's like it's pretty light spender friendly if you don't expect to get every character, but losing the 50-50 is just soul crushing. Especially if you're not spending insane amounts of money on the game. You know, if you're only doing like the monthly card and the battle pass and then maybe like a pack every now and then, it really sucks. Because all the off-rate characters suck. And even when you get dupes, they like don't get much better. That's something they need to fix. Hopefully they'll have the leap system from PGR. They desperately need to add that. Because I know Wuthering Waves is going to have a fuck ton of power creep, because that's how PGR works. PGR power creep has gotten a lot worse in the last year it's been running. I think Wuthering Waves will probably get to that point, but that's just going to make it even worse to get those off-rate characters, because they suck now. They already suck now. Imagine how much they're going to suck after, like, 2 years of power creep. Am I excited for it? Yeah. But the synchronization plan is going to really cut into my gaming budget if I keep playing. That's what kind of sucks. They're kind of kicking paying customers to the curb with this synchronization thing they're doing. You're going to have to spend... Well, I think people have said if you buy both battle passes and the monthly card, that's like 25 bucks, right? But like now to get everything, it's going to cost like double or triple that. So like 60. Which I personally don't mind because I play the game every day, but it's kind of weird how it's the thing that they're doing is better for people that don't spend on the game. I don't really understand that reasoning. Updates in 2 days. We'll see how it is. I mean, the money I get from working over here will cover it. Oh, nice. He did the bullshit attack. Like always. That doesn't matter. Hopefully the DMC collab is good, but I feel like the problem is that they don't want to make... how are they going to make them worth pulling? Because they don't want to make... they said they don't want to make collab characters meta anymore. Because when they did the Nier Automata collab with 2B, they were the best physical characters in the game for like a year. And And they said they don't want to do that again. It's like, okay, but then how are you going to get people to pull on them? That basically means they're going to be A rank. I don't know, they have modes in the game that aren't meta-focused, so I guess... Yeah, I don't know how they're going to pull that off, personally. They kind of wrote themselves into a corner when they promised that. I guess they don't want it to be another KOF All-Star. KOF All-Star was, the collab characters were broken, and the KOF characters were worse in every way. I guess they don't want to repeat that mistake, but I don't know. We'll see when it happens.
Hi, kitty. Yeah. Yeah, you're happy you got a big meal, huh? You got a big meal. Ugh.
Come on, load. I hate when this thing needs to update. It takes forever. Why does it need to update? Patch isn't for 2 days. It's just stuck like this. It's not doing anything. Come on, load. Ugh. Do something. It takes so long to load a still image and a play game button. What the fuck? Come on, do something. Come on, load. Ugh. I hate updating anything. It takes so fucking long for no reason. Load. I swear, both this and Aethergazer take fucking forever to update. She wished they just had it on Steam. Come on. Great, it's just frozen and not doing anything. Alright, how long does it take to load 2 megabytes of data? What the fuck is wrong with it? I just do absolutely nothing, okay. Now I'm stuck here and I can't get out. fucking anxious if I back out, it's gonna ruin the entire install. It won't fucking update. Hate when they like update stuff and add nothing. What the fuck is the point? Please don't break. It's probably gonna make me re-download the whole game or some shit like that. No, I don't want to update. No. No, I don't want to. Why? You're not adding anything. No, just let me play the fucking game. It's refusing to update. Part of the function's optimized, but why do I need to be barred from playing the game because of that? Can you explain that to me? Can I just get on the fucking game? No, I don't want to update. I think Aethergazer is the worst. I'm saying this as a partner for that game. The updates for that game are terrible because it re-downloads the entire game. You have to download 30 gigs again, and like their servers are really slow, so it takes really long even if you have fast internet. Like, I don't know why they went through the effort of like making a really good PC port, but then anytime they change like 1 kilobyte of data, the game has to re-download itself. I remember when they launched the PC client, it took like overnight to download. I'm not making this up. It took an entire night. And I have pretty fast internet, but their server was going at like dial-up speeds. And then the game updated and you had to download the whole thing again. And like, what the hell file structure do they have that makes you download 30 gigs of data? I just updated that game today for the new patch, and luckily it went a lot quicker. It still took a long time, but it wasn't overnight. Well, I'm glad that they listened. It was like, there's so many other gachas to play. If it takes like 8 hours to
規則正しい生活だと人は錆びちまうぜ。つまんねえな。でもまあ、毎日お前のそばにいるなら飽きることもねえかな。
Just to get into the game. Like, man, you can't expect people to have that much patience. It's a little bit excessive for a gacha game. Unless you're already, like, invested into it. Oh well, at least it went through that time. Now, the synchronization plan is good if you don't spend money on the game. That's what's backwards about it. You get a worse experience if you're a paying customer. And I'm not talking about, content creators that have ridiculous amounts of money that can drop like $1,000 for a character. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about dolphins. People at my level of spending, which is pretty much just a monthly card, battle pass, serum bundle, maybe a pack or two if needed, not like an insane amount of money. We're the ones that have to pay more. Free-to-play players are getting a lot of really nice stuff, but if you spend any money on this game at all, it's a pretty shitty deal. And that's precisely the issue. Why do people who spend on the game get a worse deal? It shouldn't be that way. If you're a paying customer, you should be getting a better deal. I would like to think so. I think they're just planning to take a hit to their profits and then have everybody caught up, and then it won't be like that anymore. So I guess this year for this game is going to be, if you spend money, your choice is either to spend more money every patch or quit. Spend more money every patch, go free to play, or quit. Those are your options. So a lot of people are really upset about it. But my take on it is it sucks, especially for somebody like me on a low income. But it will, it's not permanent. It's just this year this game is going to be really good. But after that it should be a lot better. I'm not sure if banking on people being pissed off and quitting is a good business decision, though. But I guess Wuthering Waves is making tens of millions of dollars a month now, so maybe they think it's worth it. I can't really call this game friendly for light spenders anymore. I've always really been a defense force for this game. Very friendly. I really feel like there's two reasons why they're doing it. The first is that this isn't their only game anymore, and Wuthering Waves is making a fuck ton of money, so they can't afford to potentially lose customers. And also because they probably got some kind of probably got some mandate where they have to put the collab on everything at the same time, which is probably why they're doing this, but I don't really agree with it. I think Power Rangers has a future? No. Power Rangers is dead. You know why it's dead? Because a couple months ago they sold off all the props. So all the suits, all the helmets, all the props got sold to collectors. So I really do think it's dead. The game being bad doesn't help. But the game is just a cheap cash-in by people who don't understand what makes beat 'em ups fun. Yeah, I'm busy, Scott. Also, Hasbro has been blocking more Super Sentai from being licensed. So that sucks too, because we were getting legal releases for a while. Like actual legal Sentai seasons, but now they've stopped doing that. The last one was either Deca Ranger or Magi Ranger. So they're over 20 years behind. They did 5-man to Deca Ranger, I think. Oh yeah, it's dead. I don't know who's gonna want to buy the property again. Hasbro ran it into the ground. One good thing about Power Rangers, though, the current state of it, is that most of it is available for free on YouTube. That's like really good for kids. They took all of it off Netflix except the last couple seasons. So almost like probably like 80% of it is on YouTube for free legally, which is nice. But I don't know, selling everything that they made the franchise with doesn't really give me a lot of confidence. It's more dead than Sengoku Basara, and that's mega dead. Because Basara is also something I'm passionate about that's mega dead. Like not ever coming back. Like lottery winning chance of coming back. It would be better if Hasbro would stop being assholes and let us get more Sentai over, because if you like that kind of stuff, it's way worse than anime right now. Anime gets simulcast and streaming and stuff, like the new Dragon Ball and One Piece and stuff are simulcast, and you don't have to go on a torrent and wait for a fan sub. But if you like Super Sentai, that's your only option. I knew that something was up. The last couple seasons that they brought over here, it's everything after Hurricaneger, so Abba Ranger, Deca Ranger. I don't remember if they did Magi Ranger or not, but they don't have streaming rights for those, meaning that you can only buy them physical, which I mean isn't inherently a bad thing. It's nice that they actually even have a physical version, because there's so much shit that you can watch that you can't legally buy. Your option is to watch it until they take it off, or make an illegal copy of it. But the fact that like the last 2 or 3 seasons that they don't have a streaming license for is really telling. Especially because we got Kamen Rider Geats last year, and that series had like just barely ended when they got the license for it, and they stream it. It's available for streaming on here for free legally. So if you want to watch Kamen Rider, hey, it's right there. And it's a recent season too. It's not the old one from the 70s that might be a turn-off to some people. But yeah, to answer your question, yeah, it's about as dead as Sengoku Basara is currently. I don't know, as a Power Rangers fan, I've really hated how they've been running that franchise for such a long time, even before Hasbro took it over, because they just pander to nostalgia from Mighty Morphin. I'm like, that's not even the best season. It's like people grew up with it. Shit, I did too. I'm like the prime demographic for it, but it's not the best Power Rangers season. It's not. It never was. But that's all the merch they make. They did the Lightning collection for a while, and that had decent representation, but then they stopped it. So that was like the first thing that was like a death sign. A death knell was that they stopped doing the Lightning Collection, which was like SH Figure Arts, but lower quality and then less representation too. But yeah, I wouldn't count on Power Rangers coming back. I know that there was supposed to be some new movie, but I guess the guy that was directing it is working on something else, which is always a bad sign. The reboot movie was terrible. I watched that movie in the theaters. It was terrible. It was a shit tokusatsu movie. The ones that Japan makes with like a tenth of the budget and way worse special effects, those are still better movies than that. Problem with the reboot Power Rangers movie was assuming that it was going to be this blockbuster theater closing success, and it wasn't. So they spent the entire movie building up to action and stuff, and then like only the last 10 minutes of the movie has any action. I guess because they thought that they were going to get a sequel, but they didn't. That was the same thing with the Mario Brothers movie. You guys remember that movie? Not the new one, not the CG one, but the live action one from the early 90s. They had a sequel cliffhanger hook in that, and then it never got made because it didn't do well. Personally, if they were going to do a reboot movie, they should have went into it expecting to only get one. But the only good thing about the movie was the fact that the Billy character was autistic. I thought that that was really cool because it was depicted realistically. He wasn't an idiot. He actually was like the main, basically like the leader pretty much. And also, the characters were written to be more realistic. They weren't like perfect teenagers like the old series. But none of that really matters if you're not going to make another movie. I don't know why they thought doing that was wise. You know, like when they did that with like Spider-Man, they knew that they were going to get another movie, right? Like it was probably already being produced by the time that the first one went in theaters. But the Power Rangers reboot, they're basically gambling on it being this mega success, and it wasn't. So you spend the whole movie building up these characters and developing them, and then you're never going to see them again. Don't watch the Power Rangers movie, the one from 2017. Don't watch it. It's botched potential because they thought that it was going to be a mega success and it wasn't. So it builds up to something that there's no payoff. The choreography was really bad as well. I remember there's a, you can find it on YouTube, there's a video of the suit actors doing a fight scene, you know, but they're doing it in like the studio, so there's no special effects or suits or anything. But for some reason they didn't make that scene in the movie. And like the scene that you can find on YouTube, that would have made the movie a little bit more balanced. But I don't know. People who sign off to make these movies and games and stuff aren't always very smart. You look at that scene. If you do watch that movie, you have to immediately watch the scene after where the stunt actors are showing the scene that was not in the movie. And then you'll be like, why the fuck wasn't that in there? You can't just have like 90 minutes of build-up and then like 10 minutes of action in a Toku movie. Toku movies are supposed to be like an hour long tops. You're supposed to already be introduced to the characters. It's supposed to be just, it's like a double-length episode with more budget. Or like the budget gets allocated towards previous characters coming back. But that's not what it was. Let's build up these actually pretty endearing characters that aren't perfect and have to learn how to become heroes, but then they never get seen or heard from again. There was also the tease that Tommy is not in the movie. He's not in the movie, but apparently at the end you see like the green power coin or something, and then it just cuts off. So you could tell they were way more confident in that movie doing well than they should have been. It didn't do anywhere near as well as it was supposed to. But yeah, it's dead. I would be surprised if it comes back. I mean, there's a chance that it could come back, but I think selling all the suits and stuff is pretty telling that they don't want to do anything with it anymore. Power Rangers stopped being less good when they stopped like actually doing original stuff with it, and they just started copying the Sentai because it was almost always the Sentai but worse. There are some exceptions. And eventually it just became translate the Sentai verbatim but take out like a lot of the cool stuff, and then, you know, add American speaking actors, or English speaking actors. Dino Thunder was cool because it had, like, literally nothing to do with the Sentai. They basically made it like a soft reboot of Mighty Morphin because, like, Tommy was there and stuff, but had nothing to do with the Sentai. They have like nothing in common, even though trying to do that also caused some problems, which I won't get into because it's really nerdy stuff unless somebody comes in the chat and says they want to hear it. Yeah, I liked it more when they didn't just copy the Sentai. One life and you're done, huh? That's hardcore. That's like my favorite game so far. Let's see what else they got here. Yes, Scott. Power Rangers comes back, I'll be shocked. I'm just more upset at this point that they're blocking Sentai from getting official releases, because being a fan of that stuff compared to mainstream stuff like anime and manga really sucks. Because there is no legal option. You have to go torrent it and wait for a fan sub. And that's part of the reason why it's not popular. Because most anime and manga is simultaneously broadcast or distributed And Super Sentai and Rider are not like that. The only Toku that's easy to watch is Ultraman. Because Ultraman is just... They show it on here, on YouTube, for free. So, you can just watch it on here. But Sentai and Rider... Well, Rider's doing a little bit better right now, but their releases are very slow. Last one was, I think, Black RX and Skyrider, I think? Or V3? I think it was V3. Got a release from Discotech.
Select your character.
Okay, you're good. Yeah.
Yes, I'm good, Scott. You keep asking. It's gonna take a while to load. I loaded into the wrong mode and now I'm stuck. Come on, load.
Round one. Select your character.
Oh, god damn it! Why do they put the training room first? It takes so damn long to load. Okay, never mind.
Select your character. Round one. Select your character. Round 1.